Alright, well, it's been a bit of a minute since I last made a video, but with some changes going on in my life at the moment and me trying to chase some dreams and complete some goals that I've always had, I figured now's a pretty good time to start documenting and trying to actually film the progress of everything. So, I dare say the title to this video is going to be a fairly big giveaway on what's going on / what I've got to talk about. So I'll just jump straight into some story time and what led me up to being at this point. So roughly 10 months ago, June last year, I was just talking with one of my best mates, Geordie, and telling him I've always wanted to get into drifting and competing in it, but didn't know where to start, how to make it happen, what to do. And he ended up telling me that it's always been a dream of his as well. So we continued talking about it for a while, and then just kind of realized, why are we leaving this a dream? Why don't we just make it happen? And start researching, figuring out what to do, where to go, where to start. And came across a Instagram page, Drift Days. Found out they were hosting monthly grassroots events for beginners and experienced drivers over at Mary. Started looking into it and we were like, well, we have to do this. Now that we've found it, we've got to do it. So the next day I started trying to sort out a car. Just something to build, something to bash the wall with. Came across a VR Commodore, which had a manual gearbox, blow-in clutch, and a hole in the block. But I had parts laying around for a manual Commodore, so I was like, well, this could be a pretty good base. Went and called Geordie, tell him about it, and he told me he just booked an event and that it was in 3 weeks. So I was like, well, it's happening. And decided I'll book an event as well. Mind you, I didn't even have the car, but I found it. So I hit up the owner of the car after booking the event, sorted out a deal with him, ended up picking it up, and got on the hunt for a motor. So I hit up another really close mate of mine, Cole. Found out he had a 3.8 just sitting in his garden, being a little garden gnome. So I worked out a deal with him. It was an unknown condition motor, but it didn't have a hole in the block, so I knew it was usable. So I went and picked that up, chucked it in my little Mazda Bongo that I had at the time, and then I ended up building it in the back of that Mazda Bongo. I didn't really build it, but I refreshed it, I should say. So I stripped down the motor, ported the heads on it, ported the intake. I've never ported heads or an intake before, so I just used it as a motor to kind of learn on. Probably wasn't the best porting, but just port matched it to the gaskets, make it flow a little better. Anyway, got the motor all ready. I think it probably took me just under a week to get that motor ready. Took it out to the car, pulled out the old running gear and slapped it all in, and got the car running pretty decent, I would say, at least what I thought was decent at the time, and then made it look the part. Slapped a hydro in it because it didn't have a handbrake, so I just ran it straight to the rear brakes and then only had the front brakes on the pedal. And yeah, that was it. She was good to go. At least I thought she was good to go. Geordie's car was always good to go. He's got an R33 with Mighty God's motor in it, the 20E banger. She's just always ready to rumble. Anyway, probably took me two and a half weeks total to get that car built. And that's with finding it, etc. And then the day came, we had our trailers booked. So we hit the road, had a few hiccups along the way. I keep getting flat tyres. Geordie lost the wheel to his trailer. But we made it up and we made it happen. Got up there, got to our Airbnb and got ready for the next day. Next day came along, arrived at Mary and our jaws dropped, like the sight of a drift track with grassroots cars going around it for your first time, seeing that and knowing that it's possible and that you're going out there is... couldn't explain it, It was awesome to see. So we got our cars out, got ready. I think I got half a lap in the Commodore before it shat the bed. Just ran into fueling issues. Made a very silly mistake of putting a 255 fuel pump in it on stock ECU, stock injectors, stock everything. Didn't adjust anything and thought it would be sweet. It was. Driving around the block and driving halfway around the track, and then it wasn't. So I ended up stuck on the out the side of the track, just trying to figure it out for the rest of the day and watching Geordie get out there and learn. Geordie was doing pretty decent, really, for beginner, you know. Overall, it was a pretty humbling experience, really. Just in my little half run around the track, I got humbled right away. Me and Geordie come from a bit of a street background, so I thought, well, we can swing wide O's, we can flick a tip in. How hard can it be? Yeah, it was a pretty quick slap to the face on that one, Thought we had control. Oh no. It was a good learning experience. So overall, Geordie did pretty good though. Like, I don't think he linked the whole track, but he started linking a few corners together, which is main for your first time out. Then towards the end, I'd say he got a bit jiggy with it. He ended up hitting the wall, which is ultimately the reason why his car is what it is now. Just straight drift car. At the time, it was Waff Ridge. But after that point, he was full send on it. So we finished up that day, went back to the Airbnb. I continued trying to figure out my car and came to the conclusion that it was the fuel pump. So I'd gone over everything else that it could be and realised, oh, that's the one main thing that I changed and that I haven't checked. I didn't have a stock fuel pump on hand though, unfortunately. And the next day we had a wet pan on, so I still took the car there anyway, just in case. Ended up going down to the gas station along the way there and met a fellow called Finn who had a pretty sick black Seth and he could drive pretty hard. And got to talking. He asked me if I had any zip ties and I was like, oh, of course I got zip ties, mate. I've got a Commodore, what do you think? And he asked me what's going on with the Commodore, so I told him I was having some issues with it. And got to talking, told him it was the fuel pump. And surprisingly enough, he told me he'd just parted out a V6 Commodore and had a fuel pump sitting at home. So the legend hit up his dad and asked him if he could bring it out. His dad brought it out and I got to ripping that fuel tank out, swapped it out, had the car going. Probably got 2 or 3 turns out on the wet pan before it shat the bed again. Another like silly thing to have happened. The flywheel bolts broke. Well, they didn't all break. I think I had 3 break and then the others just backed their way out and the flywheel just lost its position. So that was me done for the rest of the day. Geordie's car was going hard. He ended up being a legend and letting me have a turn after seeing what happened. So I still got some driving experience in. I have some turns in his car. Met some cool people. Everyone up there was friendly as and just willing to help, and yeah, it was good. Like, normally after driving 8 hours somewhere, I feel like if my car just shat the bed, I would be pretty upset, but weirdly enough, I was happy as, like, just being in that environment, seeing people do what I want to do and making it happen, getting sideways and drifting and learning. It just, if anything, it made me hungry and happy. Like, I just knew that I had to come back harder next time. So overall, I'd still say it was a pretty good trip. Packed up, went home, got talking with the missus and Geordie. We were just like, oh, if we want to make drifting happen, if we want to do good at drifting and kind of continue it, we need to move to where drifting is happening, because it's pretty expensive to do that overall trip. Like, I'd say with trailer cost, gas cost, that was $1,000 just in travel. So we all made the decision to make the move. My missus had some stuff up north that she was able to do, so it worked out for her as well. Me and Geordie started selling things to make the money to do it. I sold the drift car, sold a few other things, and yeah, got job hunting. Ended up finding a job a couple months later, but hadn't been able to secure like a Pets OK home. So I got talking with my missus and we just decided, well, I'll go up there first and then get a flat and secure a home, hopefully by the new year. Now, during that time, once I got up there, I was itching to get back into drifting, had savings for a new body, so I got back on the marketplace and ended up coming across this. It's just an A31 Zafiro, real basic setup. It's rolling body, no motor, no gearbox, but it's got a roll cage and it's ready to bang some walls and have a party. But obviously it's had to wait till I had a place to work on it, etc. So come the new year, I managed to secure a home, which is where I'm at now. Missus is up here now, the cat's up here now, and it's been about 4 months of us being here. It's now April, finally settling in and feeling like I can start working on my stuff, which has been good. During the 4 months of being up here, still been fortunate to get some seat time, not in my own car. Geordie's let me drive his car a wee bit. Once we got up here, the unfortunate part was there were no more Merry events happening at Drift Days. Like, just couldn't do them. So me and Geordie were a bit like, oh shit, we just move up here for nothing. And then after a couple months, this fella Johnny Burns from D1NZ posted up saying that he's going to host some events at the old prison. It's just been wicked. Like, we've done 2 of those events and they've been awesome. Honestly, like, the saving grace of our whole move, because now we're able to get proper seat time in and actually learn in tandem with some other cars. So yeah, I've been fortunate enough to have Geordie just straight share the car with me. He's been a legend. Like, just straight tells me, oh, it's your dream and it's my dream, bro, so hop in. Every time I'm like, oh, are you sure? And he's like, no, hop in. So, way too grateful for that. Now it's just time to get my car built and get out there. So I figured I'd start making some videos kind of documenting the progress of the build on it, and then also hopefully the progress of my driving. And show you what it's like to go from beginner to hopefully good. So yeah, if it interests you, you like the video, follow along. She'll get hectic at times, I'd say. This thing's gonna party hard, and me and Geordie are gonna bang some doors together, so it's gonna be a fun ride. Thanks for watching.